guys, this is RC Action for part 2 of my overview of the 116 Slash. In this video, I will be talking about the upgrades that I want to get for it and the other stuff that I'll be getting. And hopefully I'll be able to put together a slideshow of pictures and stuff so you guys can kind of get an idea of what I'm going to be doing for this truck. So the first thing that's going to go, I already upgraded the transmitter receiver, so that's good. First thing that I want to do is actually a jumble of upgrades. It's quite a few things, but I'm actually going to be building my own shocks out of shock bodies and stuff from different things. Most likely hot racing with the Traxxas titanium shafts. I will be building them from pretty much scratch, and shock oil and all that stuff, and I think it'll be cool to build my own shocks. I hope they work well, but these ones, they just don't work as well. Both of them on this side have broken open and lost all the fluid, so that totally sucks. I only get dampening in one of the sides, and it makes it very bouncy. I'm ready to move on. These shocks serve a purpose until you want upgrades, but I would recommend upgrading them because they just can't last long enough. The threads on all these shocks are stripped out. I can barely adjust them anymore. So that, and they're just not stiff enough for my likings. I like my shocks stiffer because I do a lot of jumping and stuff, and if they're not stiff enough, the truck just bottoms out. And as you can see, it just bottoms out without, like, with them all the way, but it gets close enough, so I guess we're okay. I would like to say that once those are over with, I am going to get a different motor. I'm going to go with the Yeah Racing Hackmoto V2 17-turn rebuildable motor. And the reason I'm staying brushed, for all of you brushless fans, is not because I have a huge budget, because I obviously do not want to spend a ton of money, but I could upgrade to brushless if I really put my mind to saving up for that long. The reason I want to do it is because a lot of people are criticizing me about what the top speed of this truck is, and I want to prove them wrong. So hopefully I'll be able to get a GPS to put on this truck and future trucks that I'll have to just kind of get an idea of what their top speed is. One thing that you guys do need to know is that the Hackmoto V2 17-turn motor can handle 3S, and so can this ESC. So I really want to put it to the test and run my truck on 3S, which I will have to definitely gear down. Right now I'm running a 35 tooth pinion and a 45 tooth spur, and I'm going to move back to my stock spur, which is the 50 tooth spur, and a 32 tooth pinion, which a lot of you guys are probably thinking that's still overgearing, and I know it is, but I don't mind a little bit of overheating and waiting if that happens. I'm sure it'll be fine though, because the motor is rated up to 11.1 volts, which is the average voltage of a 3S Lipo. A fully charged, it's a little bit overvolted, but I think it'll be okay. It'll produce over 40,000 RPMs, which is insane for a brushed motor. I think it'll be great. I've had a good experience with the torque of 17-turn brushed motors, and I just like them. I think I might run, if I get more minis like this, I'll just go ahead and quickly install that in there because I like them, you know. So I would also like to say that on a different gearing, this brushed RC will not heat up, will not overheat, but is actually faster than the VXL trucks are on 2S Lipo. They even on the stock gearing they're faster, and the reason is that the Valenion needs higher voltage, so you'd have to run it on 3S or so to get the amount of speed that's around 40 miles per hour stock, whereas this one on 2S can easily reach up to 35 or 40 miles per hour. So I'm really impressed with this on 2S Lipo. It really performs well. I'm happy with it so far, so that's good. Let's talk about more upgrades. Let's see, this servo. This servo is very disappointing to me. It's a stock servo, so I can't argue that it's awful, but somehow it got dirt or water into it, even though it's supposedly waterproof, I think, because it makes a squealing noise, which is what a motor sounds like when it gets wet, and it is not greased. And I will not open it up because I don't have a small enough screwdriver, and I just want it to burn up faster so I can go ahead and have an excuse to buy a new servo. Let's flip the truck over. I'm going to be getting a metal bell crank as well, because this one is stripped out, and I don't like plastic if it strips. If it strips or if it is sloppy, I'm replacing it with aluminum or steel. So I'm done with that. There's no exception. I just don't like it. I won't take it. If it's sloppy, I hate it. So the aluminum definitely helps with the slop. The slop from this is mainly from the bearings, and the bearings aren't even that bad. They're just kind of worn down because this truck has got a lot of mileage on them, you know. So I really like the aluminum parts that I put on it so far. It's pretty good. Let's see, what was I gonna say? I want to get a new bell crank. Yeah, okay. Shocks, went over that. Motor, went over that. Already upgraded the transmitter and receiver. That was recent. What else do I want to do? I actually think that would be it. Not for this video though, because I do want to talk about a couple things. So first off, we've got our stock bumper, and I might just replace this, but you can see it's broken in multiple places. I'm just gonna wait for it to snap off all the way before I replace it. But let me know if you guys own a Mini Slash. If you would like me to go ahead and get into the work of learning how to use the software and stuff, and send my plans over to someone to get them 3D printed, to 3D print a bumper that can hold mud flaps, because I've always wanted mud flaps for this thing, but every attempt I've made so far has just failed. So let me know if that would be a good idea in the comments. I really think it would, but it's just going to be time consuming. Something that I can do over the summer, because I do go to school. So yeah. Let's see. What else do we have? Lipo. So I was talking about 3S Lipo, right? So we're gonna go into more detail with that. I'm running 2S right now, and I like it. I was cheapy, and I really wanted to just try out Lipo. I didn't care if the batteries were bad over time. But I really like Lipo. This truck really woke up. I know that brushless RCs are really of the age right now. I'm just trying to keep brushed in it. I'm probably going to buy a couple brushless. I don't hate brushless. I don't hate anything. In fact, I don't hate RCs. I don't hate brands. I don't hate anything. Anyone who has a toy grade RC, you know, I try not to have an ego toward anything. So I think we'll be all good there. But yeah, we'll be getting done with that. 3S Lipo. I'm going to be getting a zippy Lipo, which is a 1600 milliamp hour Lipo battery. This truck will go 65 miles per hour on that gearing, or supposedly, I'm estimating 65 because the calculator said 70 or 67, and I'm letting a little bit of wiggle room. It'll probably only reach 63, but I'm pushing it to 65 because that's just what I think this truck will do. I will actually be setting this to 75%, so I don't, or to medium, which is 75% throttle, for that, because I don't want to push this truck too hard all the time. But for speed runs and racing purposes, like drag racing and stuff, I will use the full throttle. So that's good. I'm excited. I really am stoked about that. I think this will be the first brushed mini slash to ever go that fast. So, to be the first in the world, woohoo! In fact, I think it's, I'm not positive, but I think this is actually the fastest brushed RC that people haven't just gone over to brushless and converted. Because usually brushed RCs, I haven't seen any on the market that are RTR that'll go 50 miles per hour right away, you know, and just snap right there. So I'm excited. I'm stoked. I'm not sure if I'm the only one in the world. I probably am not, but soon to be. I will soon be the fastest mini slash without a low center of gravity upgrade or anything. I will be the fastest mini slash that is brushed in the world, I believe. I'm not positive, but that will be done. In my head, I will. So that's good enough for me. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about? I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've watched this far, please bear with me. I do not have any editing software, so this video may be a little bit long. But if you've watched this far, thank you so much. Please comment down below what I should do better. This is part 2 of my overview of the mini slash. We'll talk bodies later. I'll probably just put together a slideshow for you guys because I'm really gonna just I have to budget, okay? It's expensive to do your own body. It's probably gonna cost me over $100 because I'm putting an LED light kit and a light bar, and I'm doing all sorts of cool stuff, and it's probably only gonna be my show body. But I still think it would be so fun to put together a body and to have that in videos for you guys. I'm really excited. So please comment down below, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and share this video if you wanted anyone to get any information. Also share my other video, I forgot to say that in there, because I gave some information on tires and stuff like that. And really, these tires are awesome. These tires and wheels are awesome. Like, no joke. They really outperform anything that you can get for this truck. And these aren't even made for this truck. They are made for an on-road rally car. I believe HPI. I'm not sure. But it's 110 scale on-road rally car, 70 millimeter tires. And you will get a little bit of body rub unless you get like a heat gun or hair dryer and mold the body so it doesn't rub anymore. And honestly, it's never bugged me enough to actually get into that, but I can make a video if you guys leave a comment and say that you want to see how to mold the body, and I'll show you. Although I don't have a heat gun, I have a hair dryer. It all works the same. So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and peace